Amen. 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 Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. You're welcome to this business angle of skill or profession. It's a live webinar, and I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad to be here. The beautiful thing is that our greatest limitation is a limitation in knowledge. I haven't understood that in our class yesterday. We talked about activating the potentials of your destiny. And we know that the more you know, the better options you have. And there are many potentials in what we're doing. There are many potentials in our life. You know, we've said so far that what makes you great is not just about your limitation is not because of your problem, of your business. It's not because of the kind of job you are doing. But basically, it's because of how you are doing it. It's because of how you are doing it. So if you really want to get much of your enemy as much as ignorance is, and you decide either to be ignorant, Nigerians are only so ambitious about making money. They don't understand one simple truth that tied to every money is knowledge. Tied to money, because the wealth creation begins with mind shift, the mental, transformation. You are a billionaire only that you don't know. Because what determines being a billionaire or being a wealthy person is in your asset base. You know, when you talk about riches, it has in their cash, it's cash base. But when you talk about being a wealthy person, it talks about asset base. And some ideas that are open to you to a large extent is enough to create a great asset to the tune of billions if you're able to work on it. But because you don't know, because you are not working on it, you know, you just feel that, oh, I'm like this because, you know, we like this cliche. We give excuses. We try to romance ourselves with so much excuses. My problem is because of the family I came out from, my background, I didn't go to school enough, I didn't do this enough. No, your problem is not that. Your problem is a function of ignorance. If you know better, you go farther. The level to which you go and attain is dependent the level to which you are willing to learn. I've come to a point in my life and come to conclusion in my life that the secret to wealthy living, to greater heights, is a universal principle that is accessible to everybody, which is called the principle of knowledge. And it's so simple because in this age and time, you can access any knowledge online, even without paying a cover. You can personally develop yourself. So we tell the graduates, those who have gone to school, to traditional education, IQ, but personal and real-life application, and real-life knowledge that gives you ideas and application is the main thing. Is the main thing. So you need to understand, and that is dependent on you. It's not dependent on anybody. You have to decide that. So what we are talking about today is so profound, and as many people who are joining us, as many people who are going to be joining us, who have been joining us, I want you to really get this teaching today. Understanding the business angle. You are an accountant, you are a lawyer, you are a teacher, you are whatever thing you can think about. You are a carpenter, you are a bricklayer. See, when you understand the business angle of your profession, you know that you are not just to render service in exchange for money alone. You can create a system and structure around your skill upon which we automate and begin to bring money to you, and becomes, you build an empire with it. And you can build a company, you can build organizations in that, upon that same skill. But it takes knowledge to do that. It takes knowledge to do that. Okay, let's dive into the class. So if you have any question, you can ask us along the line. So like I said, a lot of people, they focus mainly on developing the craft. That's their focus. Let me just get a skill. There's still a lot. Getting the skill is an initiation into the reality of professional world. That's one. But building the skill and building the business angle, understanding the market trends, understanding the value creation, solving problems, creating multiple streams, is leadership, getting people to help you to scale is another thing. So we're going to be looking at the understanding the entrepreneur capacity to offer to the market. And the market platform is a place where people buy and sell. Everybody comes to buy and sell. The question you must ask is that, what can I offer to the market? Entrepreneurship is all about offering value, answering questions, solving problems. So what problem can you solve? What value and what services can you bring on board? So you must first answer that question. What is the problem you can solve? So when you understand what people need and how to offer solutions, you have to know the money you need is in the pocket of people. You must learn how to offer solutions to the problems of people. So based on your own preparation plus opportunity is what gives success. The level of your preparation plus the level of the opportunity determines your level of success. If your preparation is at 2 over 10 and your opportunity is at 5 over 10, you get the quantum of revenue of that 5 over 10. Preparation. As a matter of fact, your opportunities spend the currency of your preparation. Your opportunities spend the currency of your preparation. So when you understand the business angle of your business, that shows you understand basically what problem you can solve. It helps you to create more opportunities. More opportunities. Many people are PhD holders today, but they are limited in opportunities. Opportunities emerge. Because most people only talk about problems. Few people talk about solutions. Most people talk about problems. Few people talk about solution and solution. So problem solvers are the wealthy people. That's what we say. Wealthy nations are sovereign nations. Wealthy nations are sovereign nations. So when you want to really go far in understand the business angle of the profession, is that you must first understand what is the market demand. What problem can you solve? What are the problems of the people? What solution do you have? Number 2, you must ask the question you must ask is that, how do you package your expertise? How do you package your expertise? What is your presentation? When you want to offer your value, what platform are you giving to it? How do you package? In a short time, I'll be taking examples from different professions so that we can illustrate this better. So we're talking about how you can brand, branding and positioning, yourself in a competitive market. How do you present or package your solution? Because packaging determines the attraction, the levels of attraction. The way you package yourself and position yourself determines your visibility. Determines your visibility and determines your presentation. He said the way you dress determines how you'll be addressed. So when you package, that's the problem with most drugs that have been produced by Africans. Our packages are very poor. Although we are improving on it. Anyway, medical doctor, how do you package service? Find other revenue opportunities within the boundaries of your industry. In a short time, I will talk about the value chain, the principles of the value chain. So you must understand the value chains of your industry upon which you are able to create the platforms of streams of income that your service can generate greater incomes in different areas, rather than limiting yourself to just one area or one angle. So you have to create multiple streams of income that helps you. Now, number 4 is that leveraging technology and innovation. You have to think, Toyota will say good thinking, good products. You have to leverage technology and enhance, through the social media. You advertise yourself. You see many medical doctors, they offer counsel on social media, and they are, answering questions on social media, engaging people. And as you are doing that, you see people talking to them, doctors so, coach so, expert so. They talk to them. They are engaging. They leverage technology and innovation. That means using digital platforms to expand their reach. Using the digital platform to expand your reach. So that's number 5. Build a sustainable business model. Yeah, that's another thing. You have to build a sustainable business model. How do you want to create service? How do you want to create your service? We'll talk about you have to learn about financial management. You have to learn about marketing. You have to understand customer. So these are ways, if you're going to be business models, like you're going to be subscription based, if you're going to be mentorship through which they subscribe to you, if you're going to be through books you offer, if you're going to be, so we're going to create a business model. How do you generate revenue? How do your customers reach out to you? So how do they pay for your services? So that is what we are talking about. So now let's look at 5 business principles, that apply to, let's speak about 3 professions or skills. Let's talk about doctor, teacher, and a carpenter. Let's look at how these 5 business principles. So when we take, let's call it about value chains or business principles, how it applies to each individual. Number 1, the first thing you must understand, like I said, in 3 Ds, skill development. As a becoming an expert in your craft. You have to develop yourself. If you are going to appear before kings, you have to develop yourself to the tune of worthy of the kings. A lot of people, they serve king servants, but they can't attract the kings, because you have not developed yourself to the level to which the kings can look at your side. So you have to understand that developing your skill to the point of expertise is the beginning. Whatsoever you're doing, okay, let's say if you're a medical doctor, you have to understand the specializing in high demand field. Like I said, for example, we call it, cardiology, dermatology, where you say you continually upgrade your skills through research and certifications. And that's why in your skill, in your area of field, keep developing your skill. Keep developing yourself through personal researches, personal development. That's why we need to let our young graduates to understand that, being a graduate, that's not the end of schooling. The education begins even after graduation, because you need more personal development through researches And through certifications, you need to go more for your MBAs, go for professional courses. You're an accountant, you go for ICANN, you go for more professionals. So that's why you develop your skill. You must develop your skill to the point of expertise. In fact, I was on a board where we are having interview for some graduates, and we're talking about a certain person who is an accountant, who was applying for the role of an accountant, and one of my fellow interviewer was asking a question. He said, "You've graduated for about 5 to 8, 10 years. You never made any attempts to apply to attempt ICANN professional course." He said, "Whoa." He said, I'm not happy. I'm disappointed. For 8 to 10 years you graduated, you never made attempt to write any professional exam, either ANA, either ACA, either ICANN, and the likes of that. You have not made any attempts. You know, that's why a lot of graduates, that's what they are today. Just after graduation, they just felt that that's the end of the world. That is unambitious attitude. That's an unambitious attitude. You have to keep going for researches, certification, improving yourself. Become expert in your field. Become expert in your field. So as a teacher, what do? Gaining expertise in modern teaching methods, technology-based learning, and obtaining higher qualifications like a master's or PhD. Can you see that? You are a teacher. You must continue to learn. You must continue to gain more exposure through certifications, through researches, methods of learning. Methods are changing every now and then. Principles are the same, but methods are changing. So you have to keep getting up to date with the trends in your industry. You know, you have to get to understand through virtual learning. You can teach people all around the world. That's why a lot of teachers are poor, because they don't understand these things. He said, I'm doing home lesson. I'm doing home lesson. Whoa! Home lesson has gone beyond the physical world. Home lessons have gone beyond the physical world. We had a conference recently. One of my friend that came to speak, Femi Manuel, was talking about how he was doing home lesson to the level to which he was doing home lesson for ministers' children. He was doing virtual home lessons. He went to UK to go and do home lessons. Wow, what an ambitious step. He was doing home lessons on the virtual level as a teacher. And yet you say, teaching job, they are paying small.